Hello, English 112 students. I would like to welcome you to English 112. It is fall 2020 starting. I would like to prepare this video and send you the script so that you will have instruction and we can use Zoom for conversation and quiet writing time. I'd like in the Zoom to have students interact with each other in Zoom to discuss the topics as though we were in the classroom. So, English 112 is about argumentative writing. I'll be your instructor. You will see me in Canvas. You'll see me in the videos. I do check my email. I have 3 email systems, so I'll be checking Canvas email, Gmail, and my regular TCC email. I do go by Mrs. I did not finish my PhD. I'm getting ready to finish up my second master's, so I'm excited about that. I'm taking a class myself this semester. My last name is E. San Cool, so it's like an E, San from San Francisco, and Cool like Cool. So Mrs. Elizabeth E. Sancool, and you can call me by Mrs. if you like. It's better. I don't have the doctor. I will be reading from a script which I will email you in the future. I'll make instructive videos so that you'll have them and you don't have to wait for the Zoom appointment. If you have questions, I can answer your questions in the video. When you get the script, I like to add that to what I'll be using in the video. So I'm going to pull up my script and talk about the key points in English 112 for this semester. Okay, so the title of the script is Script for Pre-Lesson Week 1. I have the key ideas listed for Week 1 instruction. I'd like to go over the objectives for the course. I would also like to mention the syllabus and ask you to return the syllabus page as a Word document by email saying that you reviewed the syllabus and you understand the requirements for success in English 112. I added my email address there. I will be going over the name of the textbook, and I hope that you have a grammar book from English 111 or an alternative source for documentation, sentence structure, format, and so on. Students do need a computer. Some students want to do paper and pencil, so it is possible if you are starting a project and you're making notes on paper, you can take a phone picture of that or you can scan it on a scanner. You know, I have a little photocopy machine at home where I scan my documents and save them on my jump drive. So you don't have to use your computer for everything. It is possible to use your steps in the writing process with paper and pen. So if you want to record those, you can save them as an image and then upload that to the portfolio to prove that you're making an effort to apply the writing process. I did add dictionary for the materials, but most students actually use the online dictionaries. In composition classes, students do have the goal of improving their academic vocabulary, so the dictionary gives students a source for that. There is a link to a .org open source textbook, and so students do have more information on the internet, but .org and .edu teaching materials are more reliable. And so there is a link for a supplementary course website for composition, whether you're in this composition class or another. It has useful information. I included the agenda for the first lesson. If we were in the classroom, we would do these activities and we will do adjustments of those activities in Zoom When you log on to Zoom, I hope you'll be prepared for a quiet time where you will apply your lesson and prepare your writing assignment. And then I can ask you questions and you can ask questions about those assignments. You don't have to wait for the lesson to be over to write your assignments and then wonder, uh-oh, I don't remember this. So we'll have like 15 minutes quiet writing time in Zoom to accomplish some of those tasks. I'm asking you to purchase a textbook and also asking you to check your TCC email. I will be emailing you assignment handouts. And so the assignments have the documents that you'll expect uh, in your email. So the syllabus, the instruction for starting your introduction paragraph in the portfolio. I'll give you a link to an example of an essay. I'll give you an example of a summary response essay. Before you prepare your own, it's good to look at an example. And I'll include the assignment sheet for the summary response essays. I have listed in the agenda one by one the key concepts and the main assignments for the whole 16 weeks. So I hope it'll be helpful. You can ask questions about anything which is not clear. So first, I'll look at the course objectives. English 112 continues to develop college writing. There's an emphasis on critical essays, opinion essays, argumentation, and research. And so the purpose is to ask you to evaluate sources, integrate sources into your papers, and to document them correctly. We will be using the MLA style, but I'll be happy to go over the APA and the Chicago style. In your textbook and online, there are many examples of research papers prepared in different styles. Feel free to ask me questions about a paper you're preparing for a different class. I'll do my best to give you some suggestions and resources for preparing those papers. The Writing Center is also working, although not open physically. You can have an appointment with a tutor at TCC online, and so fortunately that is free. Another free source for tutoring is Grammarly. Grammarly helps students edit. There is a free version. Students tell me there's also a $9 version and there's a $16 version. And the more you pay, the more services you get. You will get suggestions on changing the word choice or improving your papers. So the free version is there, and then there are more expensive versions. We also have tutor.com, which is not free, smartthinking.com. I'll be happy to give you suggestions on your paper, and you also have the Writing Center. Okay, so the competencies included in the class expect students to become a competent critical thinker who can evaluate evidence and apply reasoning. It just means you are not influenced by others when you decide to do something or when you direct your thinking processes. So we don't want to be brainwashed. We want to be able to weigh issues and information to make up our own mind on any question that we have about the issue. The second competency is to become a competent written communicator so that you can write your assignments for your courses and convince your instructors that you have mastered the material and have good ideas which show you've mastered the objectives for your courses. The learning outcomes are listed in the syllabus, and I briefly will mention them. Have a stronger understanding of rhetorical situations and persuasive discourse, using better writing skills, refining your writing skills, applying the writing process of pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, and reflecting. Asking you to make clear judgment on meaningful topics. So when you hear of a new controversial issue, you can explore the issue, think about the issue, and formulate your own opinion. We're doing exploring information, looking at summarizing, synthesizing information, not just from English, but it could be from science or history, which are also political. All topics are political, uh, and you can weigh that information and discuss it in writing. Research is included in the course. So you're using, looking at personal sources, primary and secondary sources, electronic sources, and real life sources. So I have often suggested students collect information on Facebook, but don't have an argument. Just see what people's views are, and they can weigh in and let you know what they know about a topic, what they think about a topic, without having an argument or defriending someone. You always have interviews face to face. Of course, in the COVID time, we are avoiding personal contact, so that puts a, a damper on our style for interviewing people. You can have interviews through email or from the phone as well to gather information on topics. Okay, so you are incorporating information from sources and documenting those sources. All of your papers have documentation in them. In the first summary response essay, you could include a quotation from the article in our book and cite that in the MLA. Give you some examples for that. We're looking at how to format papers if it's an academic paper, what the style is, and trying to be accurate as far as sentence structure, spelling, punctuation, observe mechanics when you prepare a formal paper. We will have some graded and ungraded assignments. We're supposed to be doing 5,000 words. And so in a writing class, word count is important. Practice is important. And some of your assignments will be just for participation with no grade lowered, just suggestions for improvement. We do have documented papers. We have 3 research papers, and if you choose your topic from the beginning, you can write all 3 papers about the same topic. The first paper requires 3 sources, the second more, and the third more. So you can add sources into what you've already read if you choose to save time and effort this way. The topics covered in the courses are listed in the syllabus, and I put them in this script as well. Analyzing and evaluating arguments, looking at rhetorical strategies, looking at rhetorical appeals, investigating the Toulmin model for claims, warrants, and reasons, investigating the Rogerian argument, a different approach to preparing an argument, looking at research processes, finding print and electronic source material. So we will be using the TCC Library database to find academic articles about the topics you choose. We're looking at observation, interview, and survey if you want to do firsthand information collecting, how to evaluate and analyze source material and evidence to decide what to include in your papers, using in-text citation, summarizing, paraphrasing, and quoting information from your sources in your papers, documenting and incorporating the sources in MLA, also having an exposure to APA and Chicago. The writing process includes the steps of pre-writing, drafting, revising, editing, and reflecting. And so those are the topics that we'll be going over and including in the course. The syllabus is in Canvas, and it's also attached as a Word document to the week 1 announcement. And like I said, check your email. I'll be emailing you a copy as well. would like to have a signed copy of the last page of the syllabus, which proves you reviewed the syllabus and you understand the conditions of doing well in English 112. Copy the last page into a Word document, attach it to email, add any questions you have about the class to the email so that I can answer your questions to help you, and not just you, but anyone in the class in a group email. So my email is eisenkul@tcc.edu. I'll be expecting your syllabus signature in my email. The textbook is Read, Reason, Write, an argument text and reader. Dorothy Saylor is the author of the textbook, and she has collected many materials about argument writing. Some students say that she is old school, and it is true. She has had a long career, but for an instructor, her materials are reliable, and we do like her preparation of a textbook. If you have your old English 111 textbook, it might include a handbook with information about format, style, documentation, as well as grammar. The same information is online in any university writing center, and so many students like Purdue University Online Writing Lab for instruction on how to prepare MLA, how to prepare an argument essay, how to use commas, any question you have about writing to prepare your assignments. A computer is necessary, so we added word processor to the 112 syllabus. You need access to a computer. You need to save your assignments carefully. I have advised students to email their assignments to themselves. I know my jump drives have crashed, my computers have crashed, and if you have your assignment in your email, it's never lost. You don't have to start over. Um, some people do like to do paper pencil writing, and so I did include notebook paper, pens. If you stay organized in 112, you may need a binder, you may need some folders so that you can uh, access your handouts or notes easily to complete your assignments this semester. There is a link to a .org open source textbook. It says Wikibooks, Rhetoric and Composition. And so this is a composition textbook which doesn't violate copyright protection, and students can refer to any instruction on that website. I like the website, so I included it in our syllabus. The last point we go over is the agenda for lesson 1. And so the definition of argument writing, normally in the class I give you the syllabus, and we do in-class writing. So when you enter the Zoom, please be prepared to either type on your computer or have your tablet or paper and pencil or pen with you so that you can write during a 15-minute pause to start your assignments. You won't have to use all your time after the Zoom meeting to do your homework. We will go over quotation marks, MLA documentation. I'm asking you to look at the research paper in the textbook from the very beginning. And so that is the ultimate proof that you have mastered the course material is your research paper 3, and it's on page 281 to 311. I will assign the summary and response essay 1. I would provide you with an example of a summary response essay. The middle part of the summary response is analysis, and students get better and better at analyzing materials which they are investigating and evaluating. There is an example of a response essay on pages 7 to 9 in the textbook. So for the first summary response essay, you have 3 choices. Where have all the good coaches gone? Rather than pay athletes, show them respect, show them the money. And so those are the three choices for the first summary response. Some of them are on the internet, some of them I could not find. So the page numbers in our textbook are listed. I'm asking you to find the book, check your email, read your syllabus, and be prepared to participate when we start our Zoom lessons. All right, so I did give you a review of course concepts from the very beginning. Aristotle's view of argument, Toulmin's model of argument, Rogerian argument, deductive argument, inductive argument, and I have web links for all of those topics, so you won't be handicapped if you don't get your book right away. We're doing so much at the same time. I know I get tired of cooking and washing dishes. I get bored of not going anywhere. I am working completely at home this semester, so I'm not sure how many tasks you are completing, but I'm sure everyone is very busy trying to study and have your own life ongoing at the same time. There is an example of a definition essay online. It is different from the one in the textbook. Both of them are very good. And so I do try to provide backup information on any example of a paper which I'm asking you to read, write about, and think about. Okay, so the graded assignments include the signed syllabus signature, introduction paragraph for the portfolio, writing inventory paragraph for the portfolio. When you have short writing assignments for the portfolio, you can upload them as separate documents in the portfolio. The portfolio is a graded assignment. It proves that you have received your papers back with comments from me, reviewed them, and improved them. So the original paper, the corrected paper, and that will be ongoing. Do not wait until the end of the semester to look at your old papers and improve them. You will not have time. It'll be exam weeks. You'll be trying to prepare for final exams in all your classes. So there's 3 quizzes I listed: quiz on quotation marks, quiz on chapter 1 in the book, quiz on argumentative writing. We have graded in-class activities. Unfortunately, we're not in the classroom, so we'll have to explore in Zoom how to have a class discussion. Uh, the page numbers in the textbook are listed, as well as the links of any of the articles which are online. Even though they're in the textbook, they're still online because they were published in New York Times, Washington Post, or other sources already. I have a list of analytical questions. Students say that those questions are useful in analyzing any articles they're reading. And so I'm asking you to choose an article in the textbook to answer the analytical questions. We will be going over the Toulmin model. I ask you to apply the Toulmin model. What are the parts of the argument which help you evaluate the article? Is the argument in the article set up well? We will be doing signal phrases when you introduce information in a short essay or a long research paper, according to a recent research study, a Harvard professor. And so you're saying where the information came from so that you will not be charged with plagiarism. You separate what is your idea and what is the ideas of the writers, articles or papers or sources that you have read. Asking you to analyze an article about gossip, which is a definition article. Go ahead and gossip, it's fine. Avoid gossiping, it's dangerous. And so it is an argument by describing gossip, giving examples of people who gossip, and defining the activity of gossip. Different way to develop an argument. Deborah Tannen has an argument, and it was originally published in Washington Post. You can easily analyze the article. What is her viewpoint to formulate your own opinion of the topic? The three research papers are defined in the syllabus and in this video script. The third one has 10 steps included uh, in the assignment. So I'm asking you to write a proposal paragraph. What topic would you choose for the third paper? Give me a outline. And so an outline of the paper, the thesis statement of your paper, sources you'll include in the paper. And so the draft of the paper and the peer review of the paper and the final paper. So if you are not using those steps, you will lose part of your 10 points, which are additional points to the final paper grade. I have a brief explanation of the portfolio assignment in the script, and I list the sources that I'm referring to and the links that I'm giving you in the script so that I am not plagiarizing. I'm giving you the correct documentation for the sources I am using for your instruction. So I hope that English 112 will be a good experience. I know that reading and writing can sometimes become very tedious, but I look forward to seeing you in the Zoom lessons, and I will be checking my email for your questions. See you soon.